Now I'm going to talk about how to form yes-no questions in the aorist tense. We're going to start off exactly as if we were going to form an affirmative statement in the aorist. Let's see how this is going to work. For our example verb, let's use okumak, meaning to read. We'll start, just as if we were forming an affirmative statement, with our verb stem. Oku, our verb stem, optional pronoun, then I, oku, and to the verb stem, we'll add the appropriate form of the aorist affirmative suffix. Now, this is covered in more detail elsewhere, but remember, when you're choosing which version of the aorist affirmative suffix to add to a verb, almost all but 13 Turkish verbs will fall into one of three categories. There are verbs like oku, which end in a vowel. For verbs which end in a vowel, we're simply going to choose the only aorist affirmative suffix that does not begin with a vowel, a simple re. So okur. For other verbs whose stems end in consonants, we're going to choose to follow either the rules of two-way vowel harmony or four-way vowel harmony as we add our aorist affirmative suffix. So, generally, with certain exceptions, verbs which have only one syllable and end in a consonant will choose either ar or as their aorist affirmative suffix. So in other words, they'll follow the rules of two-way vowel harmony. Verbs whose stems have more than one syllable, which are polysyllabic, but end in a consonant, will follow the rules of four-way vowel harmony. So as their aorist affirmative suffix, they'll choose ir, ur, or ur. For our example, though, we're looking at okumak, which ends in a vowel, so simply okur. All right. Now, this first word of our yes-no question, do I read, ends here, okur. Now we begin a new word with our question particle. Okur mu, four-way vowel harmony, okur mu, and we'll simply add the appropriate personal suffix directly to the question particle. So, okur muyum, do I read? With the full range of meaning implied by the aorist's name, the genish zaman, the broad tense. And you can learn more about usage elsewhere. Sen, okur, exactly the same, simply the stem of the verb plus its aorist affirmative suffix. Sen okur, new word with a question particle, mu, appropriate personal suffix according to the rules of four-way vowel harmony. Sen okur musun, sen okur musun, do you read? Now, I should note, one very common usage of these yes-no aorist questions is as a polite request. So okur musun can mean, do you read habitually, as one of its meanings, but another very possible meaning is, would you read, would you please read? Okur musun, would you please read this? Let's move on with the formation of our third person singular, okur, question particle, mu, and we don't have a personal suffix we need to add here, so okur mu. Does he read? Biz, we, okur mu yuz. Biz okur muyuz? Do we read? Siz okur mu sunuz? Siz okur musunuz? Do you read? Or, as a polite request, would you read? Would you please read? They, onlar, okur, or we have the option of adding our plural suffix according to the rules of two-way vowel harmony, ler or lar. In this case, okur lar mı. So, onlar okurlar mı? Or onlar okur mu? As two separate words. Both are correct.